Students, in this session, we are going to discuss WH questions. First of all, what are interrogative sentences? Interrogative sentences ask questions or raise queries. These sentences end with the interrogation mark or with a question mark. Now, when you ask questions, as I have already told you, or we have dealt in one of the previous classes, I have already told you about question tags, where you ask a question using a question tag when you want a yes or a no for an answer. But here, when you use WH question words to ask questions, the answer cannot be yes or no. You want long answers, and then you make use of WH question words. So when you want a certain type of answers, you use question word questions. Now, what are these WH question words? For example, words beginning with WH are called WH words. So you can see a small image there with all the question WH words. So you can see what, who, how, why, where, whose, whom, which, and when. So these are WH question words. Is it clear? So we refer to words beginning with WH as WH words. These are also used to ask questions. Is it clear? Let us go to the next slide. Now, I have made a list of these WH question words in the first column. In the second column, you will see the use of these WH question words, where they are used. And in the third column, you will see a WH question relating to that question word. Is it clear? So as I go on, we will look at each WH question word. I will tell you for what it is used, and maybe I will give you 2 or 3 examples for each. Okay. Now let us look at the first one there. Who. You use who when you want to ask what or which person or people. It is a subject. Who is that woman? So you will get an answer, that woman, or she is a teacher. So you are asking about that woman. Okay, that woman is a teacher. Next, who stood first in the class? Who stood first in the class? Radha. So Radha is the subject. When you want the subject as the answer or the person you are referring to a person, you make use of the WH question word who. Who stood first in the class. Again, the second question word that is there is whom. Again, it refers to a person. It refers to a person or object of the sentence. Whom did you see? Whom did you see? Or whom have the voters elected leader this time? Whom have the voters elected leader this time? Next, whose is asking about ownership. Whose are these keys? Whose turn is it? Whose daughter has won the national award? Next question word that we are going to deal is with where. Where is asking in what, at what place or position is a thing or a person. It is asking about the position or about the place. For example, where do you live? Where are you going? Okay, it is asking about a place. Next, when is used when you want to ask about time or an occasion or a moment. When did you last see him? Time. When did you last see him? Okay. When will you come back? Next is why. Why is used when you are asking for reason, when you are asking for an explanation. Why are you late? Okay. Why are you late? When you're making a suggestion, you use why don't. Why don't I help you? Why don't you take a nap? Okay. Next question word there is what. What refers to a specific thing or object. What is the matter? What do birds do using their wings? Okay. Next, what for? What for is what along with the preposition is used when you want to know the reason. For example, what did you do that for? Which refers to choice or alternatives when you are asking about choice. Which is the best exercise? Swimming or tennis? Which color do you prefer? Next question word is how. How is asking about manner, asking about condition, quality. How do you go to school? Is an example. How are you doing these days? Manner. How are you? Okay. Next, how much? How much? Sorry. How much? How much? When you are talking about a quantity or a price, when it refers to an uncountable a noun, how much are these mangoes? How much are those earrings? How often refers to frequency. How often do you go swimming? How far refers to distance. How far is it from your house to your school? Okay. How old? It refers to age. How old are you? How old is this school? Do you understand? So these are the different ways in which you can use the WH question words. Okay. So again, when do migratory birds reach India? When? Some more examples I would like to put forth before you. So that refers to time. How long has your father served in the Indian Army? How long? Okay, period of time. Where would you like to put up for the night? Place. Where would you like to put up for the night? Okay. Why did enemy soldiers cross over our border? Reason. How will he pay off his debts? How frequently does Albert visit the church? How many people climb Mount Everest every year? Refers to number. How much space does a bus occupy? Okay. So these are all different kinds of WH questions and the way in which you use them. So who refers to a subject, what refers to an object, whom refers to an indirect object, okay, which when you are selecting something, whose refers to possession. So these are the different ways in which you can use WH words. Now here, look at the next slide, the last slide here. See the first sentence. First sentence. The WH question is not given. Okay. Dash do you live? The answer is I live in London. So you want to know the place, isn't it? So don't you? So you are going to ask, where do you live? She is my sister. Who is that girl? Sister should be the answer. So you are using who here. Okay. Dash do you go to school? Manner. How do you go to school? Next one. Dash do banks open? Time. When do banks open? Clear? Next. Dash are you wearing that coat? Answer is because it is very hot. So you want to know the reason. Why are you wearing that coat? Okay. Now, to wind up once again, let us look at briefly at what I have said. WH questions begin with what, when, where, who, whom, which, whose, why, and how. Okay? So we use them to ask certain types of questions. We use them to ask for information. So the answer cannot be yes or no. Do you understand? So what will be the answer? For example, when do you finish college? You can't say yes or no. You have to give them the time. I finish my college next year, or next year I finish my college. So when you want information, then you ask WH questions. When you want an yes or a no for an answer, then you use question tags in order to ask questions. So students, you can look for more information in your textbooks. This is one part of grammar that you have for study. And please work out some exercises which are there in your textbook. Okay, after some lessons, or you have a separate page there. For the B.Sc students, you can go to page 50, 57, 58 and 59, 60, 61. You have certain exercises there. BA students, you can turn to page 102 to 102, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 and 6. So please practice the exercises which are there in your textbooks. Read the information that is there in your textbooks and try to understand WH questions better. Thank you.